How's it going, everyone? I've got my cup of coffee because, coffee is awesome. If you don't like coffee, then I'm sorry. I've been a little under the weather, so I've been slow to get any new videos out, but I have been looking at new decks and trying to play new decks and trying to grind for Mythic, which I did get into, finally. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but that's kind of how it goes, right? I weaved in and out of Orzhov, Raise the Past, and a couple of aggro decks. I'm not gonna lie, but I got there, and this deck, now that I'm there, I feel like will be a really fun deck to play at higher ranks or even lower ranks. It doesn't really matter. It's a full control deck for sure, so definitely need to keep that in mind if you're going to be grinding the ladder. Only because when it comes to control decks, sometimes the games can go really long, and that's good Magic. That's where Magic, that's the good stuff, right? But when it comes to just climbing and going and trying to just pump out wins, it may not be the best for that. But as far as being effective at what it does, it's definitely got a lot of tools in the bag, if you will. So as far as what this deck even is, you see Jace, so you're probably going to assume we have a mill deck here. That's as far as our win condition, and you would be right. However, there's a new card called Riverchurn Monument that comes to us from Aether Drift. It's as an artifact, and you can mill the player for one every turn, basically whenever you tap, but also you can exhaust, which is a one-time thing, but you can exhaust for each card equal to the number of cards they have in their graveyard. You can mill that many more cards. So you get a Jace mill off, and then here you can throw down the monument and finish off the rest of their deck. Along the way, you're stalling, you're counterspelling, you're killing or exiling creatures, you're drawing cards and scrying with the Mazemind Tome, which is an amazing Mazemind Tome. Other than that, that's the direct role of this deck, is just to control the opponent's board and make sure that you can get your Jace out and your monument. It's also a fun mirror match. Normally I hate mirror matches because you make a deck and then inevitably you're going to run into about 3 or 4 mirror matches within the first 5 games. It seems like. I don't have any data to back that up. It just feels that way. And I know that happens a lot. But even in the mirror match for this deck or any control deck, I mean, that's always that's some of the best games of Magic, in my opinion. It's just like two control decks going against each other. Who's going to slip up? Who's going to waste their counter spell on fodder? Who's going to accidentally mistap, etc. So this deck is certainly a lot of fun and a little bit different than what I'm used to. I'm a mid-range. I'm a fan of mid-range, but when it comes to control, I definitely respect it. Every time I see blue or white, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I won't get to have any fun. And that's not true, but what I mean is going up against it, it's that's gonna suck for me. And usually it does, right? Because there's so many answers, especially with white, that just take care of the board and also provide a lot of value. So this deck is it's running some rares. It definitely has some rares in it. I put in a few cards that can easily be replaced, and that's the beauty of deck building, is that things can be swapped. There isn't any crucial cards other than the monument that you have to have, I would say. But the Banishing Light, easily replaceable. Make Your Move, replaceable. The Aven Interrupter, replaceable. Even the Split Up, the Elspeth, So we're just trying to stall. We're trying to, control the board and make sure that our turns happen once we get our Jace and our monument, or both. I mean, you don't have to have both. The combo goes and does its thing, and it's surely going to be devastating. That being said, let's jump into the game, see how this deck does.
I've already read your thoughts. You won't stop us. Heal. Understand what's important. Organic minds are easily quelled. How foolish. You can be made to obey. A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan. cannot win. Nothing could be more vulnerable than your memory. Our plans are beyond your comprehension. Organic minds are easily quelled. All your hopes and dreams were for nothing. Masahak.